Welcome to the Blue Oasis Podcast. This is the podcast for finding peace and prosperity, learning the history of hobbies, as well as developing a little side hustle. If you want to find peace and prosperity in your life, this is your show. Get ready. You're listening to the Blue Oasis Podcast. I am your host, Adam Rothstein. All right, let's get to the show. Welcome into the Blue Oasis Podcast. This is episode 85. And today we are going to be talking about entrepreneurship and peace. Now, I've already discussed this before, and with this, as the intro says, this is the road to peace and prosperity and such. It really is the road to peace and prosperity, because think about it. Entrepreneurs who are successful, who are making a living doing what they love to do, that's the dream. And I guess you could also include something like movie actors, or even directors. I suppose you could include that in this, but I'm talking specifically about entrepreneurs, the bagel makers, the bagel bakers, not the guy, the guy who makes bubble gum or hot sauce or is just a freelance writer. That's what I'm really talking about, is the everyday entrepreneur providing a good or service to and doing what they love, he or she loves to do as well. We live in this beautiful era, right? And at the same time, we're given the advice to go to college, study economics, Adam. It'll be fine. And I almost became an accountant. I could have done something in IT had I passed that first Java class. I mean, it could have been a different life for me had I been taught properly how to program. It probably would have been had I done some, had I gotten the hang of that, and I think I would have done a decent job in IT had I passed that programming course. And it is sort of weird, as well. And the thing with entrepreneurship, and certainly the digital space where you can start a newsletter and, have someone pay $5 a month to read it, is insane. And I think it would have been better for me had I just been taught, on the job how to do this stuff. And then like someone mentors me to learn code or the basics of Java or C++ or whatever. I think and then you can put my skills out in the field on smaller assignments, and then as I get confident, or as someone gets confident, you can then test them more and more and more, and then eventually they meet the role and the requirements, and you can pay them a full salary. I really wish we did more of mentorships or apprenticeships rather, and we teach these people how to do these things. I really do like the apprenticeship diaries of how people come up and learn this stuff. I didn't have a mentor learning voice acting or narrating or doing all the ACX stuff. I learned that on my own. And we also are not taught to be resourceful in college. No, you're supposed to do the standard. You're supposed to go to HR to get that resolved, son. Like, it's not anything I want to, what are we doing right now? What are we doing in the sense of keeping things the way they are? During the coronavirus era, I'll call that 2020, during that time, we moved into all remote work. And I already was working a day of the week on remote. And then it's like, okay, I'll go grab lunch and go to Whole Foods or something. And then just like walk the street like 3 blocks and just get some sushi or something. And that was perfect for me. And now it's kind of the same thing. I mean, just go to the kitchen, make lunch, and then just come back and then use another 30 minutes to apply to a job or two on Upwork and hopefully get some business. That is something else too. But for whatever reason, when it comes to college, no, you have to go at least 4 years, and oh no, you can't go to community college. You have to go to at least a state college and pay an extra $17,000 or whatever it is to do it. I really do think that we also get drawn in to a lot of other things as well. When it comes to college, I rock climbed in college because I wanted to learn rock climbing, or at least the basics of it. And there was this cute girl there too, which also helped. And then she strapped me into the harness, but that's as far as I'll go with that one. And I have to keep it clean for Spotify. But there was that, and then there was also some rec basketball. You could go in the gymnasium and shoot around, and I did too. And you sign up and you pay with your One Card or whatever, or your pay card or whatever your digital ID was at the time. You did that, and it's like, yeah, go to community college and then live in your mother's basement for 2 years or 3 or however, or if you can get a full 4-year degree at community college, go right ahead. And then just go to your elementary school across your street and then just shoot some baskets around. You don't need to pay the extra, like $20,000 a semester or whatever it is, or $20,000 a year. I don't care. I mean, if you go to a 4-year university, try and find a spouse in this. I think, or try and find someone you want to marry, because you're making all this investment in time there, where you could be out in the field learning a skill. I say, go there. All right, go there. Go to, go learn those skills. Go take a gap year. Go to Paris. Or go travel too, and you can certainly save a lot less money there as well. Now, the entrepreneur journey is something that we're all going to need to be a part of. There's something called quiet quitting that has been trending on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. It just seems to go to YouTube because it just, information flows in this digital age. And here's the basics on quiet quitting. Most people, from what I understand, want to do the bare minimum because they feel like they've been cheated out. And then when they do go above and beyond, they don't even get a pat on the back. Now I would say for you, if you do want to move up, you need to do more. You need to impress your boss a bit, and just ask for your boss to sit down with your boss virtually over Zoom, or just ask, hey, can you make some time for me later today or later in the week or something like that? And just ask, what do I need to do to get more money? Because I need more money. Or what can I do to get a pay raise? Just politely ask them that, if that is what your goal. If you are looking for new work, then I say just don't put in your 2 weeks until you have something, but at least do what you're told is my theory. And I understand where you're coming from. Like, you could be cheated out because of, something went wrong in the payroll system and no one has updated something. And Stacy from HR just doesn't want to put in the hours too. And it's like, and you're being left out to dry, or you're being delayed for that pay raise, or that big promotion where you're going to make an extra 10 or 20 grand a year. It happens, believe me, it does. And there will be people who want to screw you in the process. And guess what? I don't have this problem when I'm writing newsletters and making revenue from making podcast episodes. I don't have that at all. And this is a blessing for me. I mean, I've made thousands of dollars from this so far, and I'm only going to continue to do this, and something is going to take off too. Speaking of taking off, I do want to leave something in the description. I have made a hockey Substack where I have newsletters and videos and audio and special content for paid members. So special content there. Now, I also want to let you know that this Substack is $5 a month, or you can get the full year for $50 and get 2 months free in addition to that as well. That will be the discount if you want that. And there's my regular Substack newsletter from, as well, that's unpaid. And you can still get access to the hockey newsletter. I do release free things there, but if you want the video, the special videos or the bonus episodes to my hockey podcast, you're going to need to pay $5 for that. So that is one way how I am doing this as well. And I'll leave a link to both Substacks in the show notes as well. And I'll post this out to YouTube as well. So stay alert with that. So back to you. You're 18 years old. You just graduated high school. And you don't know what you want to do for the rest of your life. I would say work the diner part-time, stay home, live in your parents' basement if you want to, because this is my recommendation to you. Serve coffee at the diner, learn to be of service. This is going to put you in the right mindset, all right? And then online, you're going to go to YouTube, or if you want to pay $100 a year, you can sign up for Skillshare and learn how to do like really creative things there. You can also search this out on YouTube and just type how to do a jump cut in DaVinci Resolve or something like that. You can definitely do that, and you can learn how to code any language and build a portfolio just from doing YouTube. And you don't even need to pay for anything. So long as you have a laptop and a good internet connection, you can learn how to do it through there. And you can, and maybe you would have to pay for a website and domain hosting or something. And that's pretty much it. You're good on that. Now, if you're going to sell a product, I would say go to the place where there's people are going to be. Now, I'm going to be producing a hockey audiobook for the history of hockey, how to grow the sport, the whole referee stuff, and I'll include this big PDF as an attachment to the audiobook when you purchase it. Now, where am I going to go to sell this beauty? I'm going to go to hockey rinks. I'm going to go to, I don't know if the AHL would allow me to set up something near the concession stands at all, but that would be interesting as well to try. I mean, like I will go down swinging if it means I get some experience. And I know this guy in the Nomad Network. You might have heard of him, called Ken Madden. If you are in the Nomad Network, you'll know about him as well. So he goes to motorcycle rallies. He goes to rallies and events outdoors, and he's like, and he talks about his products, and it's like, oh yeah, I built this thing, this doohickey little thing that goes on the gear shift thing, or whatever, or however motorcycles operate. I drive a Kia, I don't drive motorcycles, but he isn't in the sense selling it. He's just passionate about it, and I'm passionate about hockey. I mean, there's no sport like it. It's expensive. I'm not gonna lie, but there are definitely ways to get into it, and you can certainly get some, get into these sort of things as well and sell your products this way where they're going to be. If you are trying to sell a carrot juicer or something like that, yeah, you're going to go to a grocery store and you're going to ask for space and time. And I don't know if you would write a check to these people or something, but or if you want to spend a day there, you'd still have to talk to management about that. But yeah, I think it can work. I mean, most people, are already bombarded by Instagram ads, and there's that, and what's the rate of return? Like every dollar you spend doesn't even give you back 30 cents or something, like if you're lucky, or whatever you're doing, like it could all depend. Like makeup and beauty, the women especially, that's going to give you a high rate of return, but if you're going to be selling an audiobook like this, that's not the place to do it. It's not the place to do it. Findaway Voices has something built into it as well already, so you're going to get some advertising there. But when you're out in public and when you're actually making connections and shaking people's hands, there's nothing like it. And I'm going to tie this to my beer league team. The flow of the game and actually learning how people operate it's an incredible skill to have. Learning how someone passes, learning the teamwork of something, and just chipping it ahead. And if someone says chip, 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 and they're able to pick it up and you get it on the boards and something, and then they go down and take a shot, you have great communication with that person because you know how to interpret, you know how to play the game, and you know how to get things done. So, and you can also, now, let's say you meet your first potential customer. It's like, you go, hi, how you doing? I'm Adam Rothstein, or whatever your name is. And you're like, so this is my product. I am an audiobook narrator and hockey player and former coach. So in this audiobook, I talk about the history of this, how to grow the sport of hockey, how to become a referee, how to become a coach, all the guidelines. I give you this and that. I give you how to do the hand signals, how to practice, study guide, flashcards. It's a very big PDF as well, through all of that. And also some guidance on coaching. and setting up and what the fees are with USA Hockey. Like finding it all in one, the history of this and everything like that. Like if I were to sell 3 million audiobooks, and in addition to that, I would definitely sell some hard copies. I don't know if I'd make the NHL Writers Hall of Fame, but that would be significant. And it would be because I get out in the middle of, I get out and go to where the people are. I don't know if I would make the Writers Hall of Fame, but God willing, or God hoping, I will. Okay, I still kept it clean. I was about to say something else, but I'm good. So there's that. Yeah, wow. So yeah, go to where the people are. Now, you maybe want to just travel the world and write. That still doesn't mean you should isolate yourself off from total human connection. Absolutely, meet some new people and also tell them what you do too. And if they're interested, show off your work. You know, I always talk about it. Show your work off and do what you need to grow it. And it's like, oh yeah, I do this on the side. Like if it comes up, absolutely talk about it, because you know you're passionate about it, and you should be passionate about your hobbies that can turn you a profit. Absolutely. Now, to your friends and family, I would say that if they just want to work the 9 to 5, I would say they want to work the 9 to 5 because they're afraid they may lose money. I'd say it's riskier not to take up entrepreneurship, or at least a side hustle or a second source of income. I would say, whoever, like, let's just call him Bill or something. I'd say to Bill, inflation's getting out of hand. It is, the price of everything is going up, and there's no guarantee you're going to keep your job. You could get fired in an instant because the company can go under. And if it goes under, you have to dig into your emergency fund. And when your emergency fund runs dry, you're out. Because guess what? It's like turning the pipes off or turning the water off, and water doesn't flow through the pipes. Pipes need good filtration. They need good water so you can take a shower at the end of the day. And without that cash flow, you're done, son. You are done. So, I mean, I've had my share of failures with this, but I've also had my share of successes with this. And for someone who has had no background prior to this, like I've only maybe done this for 2 years or so of actually making money online, I think I'm doing all right for most people, because I'm at least willing, to take the bows and arrows of business and do whatever it takes to succeed, because success is important in this life, and you have to go down swinging. Reggie Jackson had over 2,000 strikeouts, but he had 500 home runs. So think about that, of why he's in the Hall of Fame. He's willing to strike out. He's willing to go down swinging every time and give it his all. That's what Reggie Jackson represents, or that's what you should be. That's what success looks like, okay? That's what it looks like. Most people go down swinging. Most people are not overnight successes. If it was, everyone would do this, and we would all have some level of success. We would all have, a greater level of success. Buying a home would be much easier because things are being produced at a higher rate, higher than inflation would keep up if everyone was succeeding the way that many people in the Nomad Network were succeeding, and like just being able to create all these products, and there was like a person in every field of that. I mean, think about it. We could potentially do so much if if we concentrated on our own lives. So stop looking, and I'll say this: stop looking to politicians to fix your life. That they don't know you, and particularly they don't care about you. All right, I'm dead serious. They don't. I don't care what side of the political spectrum you are on. They don't know. They can't care about you. One, because they don't know you, and two, they are in the pockets of big tech, big pharma, big the military-industrial complex. They are in this, and they're in these industries. They're taking money from these industries to line their own pockets to build their own wealth, because it's an unfair game. I'm not gonna lie, it's an unfair game to you and me, and they don't need your donations. If you want to donate to someone to fix your life, and they don't know your name, or they can't take the time to know your name or work with you, if you can't pay them directly to work with you and meet you, even in a digital space such as Zoom, if they can't do that, or you walk up to them and they shake your hand and you maybe talk to them for like 2 minutes, that's not going to work. They don't know you at all. They may represent your interests. They may get a bill passed, but at the end of the day, you're still the same person making the same amount of money. They didn't move anything. They might have cut your taxes. They might have given you some subsidy or something. And that's why I don't donate to politicians. They're not, they are supposed to be there to serve you from, traditionally they are, but really, in a country of 330 million people, they can't know who you are. They don't have time to do that. They will, they waste so much, they waste so much money too, as well. So you have to be, you have to protect your wallet. You have to invest in yourself. You have to be careful. You have to budget your money, and you have to carve yourself a path for a second source of income, because there are so many politicians who want to tell you what to do or how to live your life, and that's not me. That's never gonna be me. What's gonna be me is gonna help people live their best lives through entrepreneurship, and because I already went through some of the pitfalls in business and made some mistakes along the way. And you're probably going to make these too, because I don't know your industry. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know every industry. I know the audiobook industry. I know a little bit about Upwork, and I've made some money off that. I know books. And you know what? I'll leave my email down in the show notes too, in addition to my Substacks and YouTube. Because I like communicating with people. As well. Now, Instagram, I'm gonna get rid of that soon. I'm logged out already, so there's no point of sending me a message on Instagram. Don't do that there. I'll leave one of my email accounts down there, 2 Substacks, and my YouTube channel. That's gonna be it for me. If you want to talk further on this, and if you have any questions, feel free to email me. And with that being said, stay safe, stay great. I'll talk to you all in the next episode.